since both of you have Knicks, let's start on that one. Jay, give me the cap for why you like the New York Knicks -4.5, -5, some 6s. Let me know the number. If there's not a number you like it at, you usually don't care, but I'll go ahead and say, give me the numbers that you like it at. Why do you like the Knicks tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'd like it up to 7. There was the spread in the last game where they lost outright 79-73. Some old school Eastern Conference basketball like there was, like some 1990s basketball there was. But Tyrese Maxey is in this one after being out 4 games for concussion. That's why the line has went down. But I also expect OG Anunoby to be back in this game. He's been doing some 5-on-5. He's been doing some contact. He did get upgraded to questionable here, and the Knicks need him in this spot. This is a big game. They're obviously battling with the Sixers for playoff spots as well. So after just taking a loss to them, this is a big game to come back here and react. This is their fourth straight home game as well for the Knicks. Now, you know me, I love taking these spots where two teams play in the same arena. I like to bet on the loser of the first game, especially when they're the favorite as well, especially when I believe that they're the better overall team. I like the Knicks here to bounce back. I expect Jalen Brunson to have a lot better game as well. And it's just OG Anunoby, like their defense just like flips a switch whenever he's out there. Remember when he first got traded over there, they had like the #1 defense in the league for like the first 10 games that he played. I think that's how important he is as a defender. You put him on your best player on the other team, and he's going to absolutely shut him down here. So one of my coveted bounce back J spots, revenge game J spots, rocking with the Knicks here with revenge at home.
All right, I gotta see this. All right, since 2019, in this duplex spot where they're playing twice in a week, and the team was favored and they lost, and now they're home. If they are no, the favorites in this one, they lost the previous one, they're home now. 120 and 61 straight up, 66%. That's pretty good. 94, 85, and 2 at 53% ATS. I'm gonna look up at what it was if they lost the previous one. This is like the key is actually if they were favorites in the previous one. That's like the key metric here because it basically means that as long as the number doesn't move on it, it's pretty significant. And yeah, that goes up quite a bit there. Bumps it up to roughly 54% is what that comes in on, which is a key for getting us over the threshold. I have a really hard time getting a power rating on this game, in part because there's games where there's like a lot of the data for the Sixers is kind of like not that bad without Embiid. Like they're not good. They've lost their off, but like they're not getting killed every single night, but they're also not good, right? So it's like how much do you downgrade them from their full season number? The Knicks are even messier, where it's like, okay, so like I got to figure out like, all right, Julius Randle plus OG Anunoby is like a cluster injury. Like it's just too complicated trying to figure out the Knicks. I do think I'm gonna probably give them a point upgrade on OG for coming back on the spread. That sounds light, given that OG had like one of the best net rating impacts in the league before his injury. But I also don't want to overreact, especially with the number of games remaining and with the rest of the injuries. The Knicks are just banged up right now. They're just really banged up. So I'm going to give him a point upgrade here. I still can't get to this number being where it's at, even with a massive downgrade. Like I've got the Sixers downgraded by 5 points off Embiid, and I still can't get to this number, even with all their slide. Like that's after all their losses. I still can't get to that number. But I will say I did get this wrong when I was doing the numbers on the duplex spot. I looked at this when they were a favorite in the previous game and they lost, and now they're home. Those teams are 29-9 straight up at 76% and 24-14 at 63% against the spread. So I've got like the number side of it, and Jay's sitting there nodding at me like, yeah, it's a revenge spot. Like, what are we doing?
It
Like,
makes
yes.
sense.
Like,
It's my spot, man.
you
You
know,
know, it just
we
makes
don't
perfect sense.
we don't need all these numbers. It's a revenge spot. So I appreciate that.